It's the end of the month, and that means it's time to set up our new budget for next month. And we use a zero-based budget, so I use that to track all of our spending against our income throughout the month, every month. And I'll share all about that as I set up our budget for June 2020. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Budget Bounce. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen, and I talk all about our money on this channel. I talk about how we budget it, how we spend it, how we save for our future, how we pay down debt with it, every aspect of our money. So join in on the conversation down in the comments below and let me know how you're doing with setting up your June budget. And click on that subscribe button and tap on the bell so you'll get notified every time I post a new video. So let's just jump right into this budget for June 2020. So first up, this is the template that I work from each month, and it's morphed quite a bit over the last couple of years into something that now has everything that I need in one place. And what I do is each month I take a copy of the previous month and I create a new tab and copy. So I copied May into the new June tab. And so that's what we're looking at here. Is all this stuff that's in here is from May. And I always start with our income, so I know exactly how much money we are dealing with in our bucket, basically. I need to know how much I have that I'm working with for all of our expenses, our debt payments, our savings, our spending, all of that good stuff. So we are focused only on the budgeted column. So that's this one here. It's got the light minty green, if you can see that on your device. The rest of these columns mean nothing when I'm setting up the next month's budget, just so you know. So this is the focus, the category, the description for the line item, and then the budgeted column. That's what we're going to be looking at. All right, so let's start by deleting out the sinking fund number that was from last month. When I look at what our totals are here, it looks like we will have $10,139 to work with for June. And what that is that's got our, up here in the blacked out section is where the details of each of our paychecks are at. And I don't share the details, but this is the total. This is there's a formula up here. Let me just take this up a little bit. This formula is for all of these rows right here. It adds them all up. And so our total is $10,139 for June. Moving into giving, I have $400 for giving in June. And the reason for that is because I believe the number is 14. 14 gift giving events in my family from May 1st through July 3rd. And we didn't take care of all of it in May. Some of it is carrying over to June. Plus we have a whole bunch of June activities. So I put 400 in the giving bucket for in the giving category for June. We'll see how that all plays out. I don't know if we'll spend all of that, but I would guess it'll be all of 300 at least. Plus this year we have Henry's graduation. So he just, pseudo graduated from high school. They haven't actually had their commencement yet, but his last day of school was May 22nd. And so that is going on. In housing, we'll have our mortgage at $1,054 and our utilities will be at $135. We won't have to pay the city utilities, which is water, garbage, sewer. That's quarterly and we just paid it in May. So we don't have to pay that again until August. We'll have $178 for our mobile services and $101 for the internet. So that brings our total housing to $1,469. In transportation, I'm going to go ahead and plan on gas at $200 and then OnStar at $21. And that brings our total transportation to $221. All right, so before I go any further, I wanted to share some big news with you guys. And that is that my budget template is now available for sale in my Etsy shop. So that is a goal that I have had for myself for the last few months, and I was kind of intimidated by it, but I got it all set up and here's what it looks like. This is the listing, and I wanted to share with you guys that I have, so of course there's some snapshots of the budget, but this is something that I added that I did not have. I don't have it in my current, what I use, but I created this for the template that I'm going to sell because I think that it makes things a lot simpler for the user. And then this is the spending section. And then these are the instructions. I have a tab specifically for instructions, so you don't have to try to figure out how to use it on your own. If you're not familiar with working within spreadsheets or Google Sheets, which is a spreadsheet, this will tell you how to do everything, how to set it up for the first time, how to set it up monthly, how to track against it monthly, how to customize it to make it, work for you and what you need it to do for you. So anyway, I'm really excited to be able to offer it. It's a digital download. So as soon as you purchase, as soon as Etsy confirms the payment, then they will send you an email with access to the file. So I'm really excited to be able to offer that to you guys. And it's something that I am hoping people will find helpful. All right, getting back over here to my actual budget setup. Now we're going to talk about food. So we have been blowing our grocery budget for months. So I have the numbers over here. March, it was $1,018 we spent on food. So this is the whole category. We spent $1,018. April, we spent $954. May is better. It's currently under $800. I think maybe we'll stay under $800 for the month. So that's good. But I'm going to remain optimistic that in June, I think we're going to stay under $600. We have some changes that are happening. Just this evening, right before I film this, our daughter informed us that they are going to be moving out. And so we will have 2 less people here. So that will definitely help. And, but I still think even if we're going crazy with whatever, I think a total of $600 for the 3 of us will be just fine. So I'm going to leave it at that. For Henry, for school, I actually don't expect any expenses in June. Because of the state of things, we're not doing anything for his graduation in June. And at this point, we're hoping to do something in July, but we don't know if that's going to happen or not. So we'll see. So no plans on expenses in June. So that takes us to 0. All right. So as we look at pets, we won't have any grooming, but for food, I think it might be about $30. I'm not sure. We're transitioning our dog over to a soft food diet. I don't think we're going to have any meds. I'm going to change the vet to $134.95. So that brings our total pets to $164 for June. All right, moving on to insurance. We have our regular expenses expected in June for all of our different insurance products. We paid the auto insurance in May, so I'm going to take this to 0 because that's every 6 months. So we won't have that again for a while. So our total insurance will be $771. In entertainment, we are going to have our streaming at $20, HP Inc. at $3. Cinemark will be 0 again in June. By July, they might start charging again, but they have suspended memberships for the time being. So no charge for that. And then family entertainment, I'm going to take that down to $20, and that brings our total entertainment to $43. All right. So in health, we don't have anything unusual expected. We'll have $325 go to our flexible spending accounts, $35 to the gym, and $100 to just general health care. Like those will be bills that'll come for 2019 dates of service that we don't have any more FSA funds available for. That'll bring our total health expenses to $460. In extras, we actually don't have anything planned for extras for the month of June. So I'm going to delete all of those. And in the crap I forgot about that, I don't have anything because of my handy dandy annual expenses worksheet that I have. And here's what that looks like. And I've already got it filtered for June. So you can see here that we had plans to change the oil in the Traverse, but that's not necessary because we've not been driving it. We have birthdays and Father's Day coming up, so I have those already accounted for. And then down here we have, Canva. So I'm going to try out Canva Pro for the next year for some more things that I want to do in my Etsy shop. So that is going to be $119.40, and that's actually already accounted for. We just have it's in the next category in the budget bounce. So envelopes, this is like electronic envelopes. So we do $40 for me. I'm going to change Matt to $60. We're going to change household to $670. We're we're going to change miscellaneous to $125. Now, why is that so large? That brings our total to $895. And the reason why we have upped these is because we've been doing a lot of stuff outside of the house. So it's household stuff, like gardening and things like that. But also our grill died. And so Matt is really struggling. And so he's been working a ton of overtime, which is why our income is up the last couple of months. And we've been saving as much of that as we can. Now life has happened. We've had 2 big vet bills that have happened. And luckily the overtime has allowed us to cash flow those. But the other thing was, before we knew those things were going to happen, I had told him, because he was struggling with the grill, I said, it's been 10 years. Why don't we plan on getting you a new grill? That is what this is accounting for, is he's got a $500 budget for a grill and any accessories that he needs or wants to go with it. All right. And here we are at the budget bounce. And so let's see here. We won't have anything for education. We won't have anything for equipment. I'll have a total of $121.39 in subscriptions. That accounts for the Canva subscription, the annual subscription, and also $1.99 for my Google storage. We aren't getting charged for Adobe Spark right now, so there's no charge for that. That brings our total for the budget bounce to $121. In savings, we have, let's update this. So we'll do $50 to the emergency fund like we do every month. We have the money for the kids, $70 total, nothing to M1 Finance. Matt's retirement is up due to his overtime. So this is based on the estimate. And then my retirement, $251. That brings our total savings to $582. I need to delete this $216 from spent over here. So that now brings everything where it needs to be for June. Next up is our sinking funds. And so I will start with auto insurance, which we're going to take down to $230. For auto registrations, those will stay at $39, business travel $20, city utilities $80, clothing $40, estate planning $25. Gifts will be nothing because we will spend the $50 and way more than that this month. School, I'm going to change to $100 for Henry. This is it's a sinking fund for anything related to school, including the graduation party that we are hoping we get to have for him. Holidays are $60. Image cosmetics will be $50. Life insurance is $81. Healthcare is $25. One check ahead, which is where we're going with that, is 1 month ahead, is $50. Online subscriptions will be $80. Pet expense, I'm going to put in $40. Technology is $25. Travel will be $340. Vacation is $100. Vehicles will be $150. And then wedding anniversary is $15, bringing our total to $1,550. Now, the other thing I have to do to set up for the next month is delete out all the things that we used the previous month. And so now the sinking funds are set up. Our final section is our debt section, and it's so big and has so much going on that I broke it into 3 subsections. This top section is the paid off. So we've paid off $25,434 in debt so far, and these are all the different debts and how much they were. And these are debts that are gone forever, as in like they're totally 100% paid off. We have paid off a lot more than $25,000. It's just that we are continuing to pay on a bunch of those. So $25,434 there. And then the next section is the charged off section. This section is all things that are old. They're old charged off debts. They're not with the original creditors anymore. And so we have chosen to set those aside at Matt's request. We're setting those aside and we will deal with those later. And those total $9,547. If you are wondering why we have 2 different fonts, it is because the font in black represents debts that only have Matt's name on them. And the fonts in pink represent debts that have my name on them. So that's that system. We needed to differentiate between the 2 because Matt had an opinion about how we handled his debts. And so I had almost 40 debts when I started that we were dealing with, and I couldn't keep track of them all. So I color coded them. So this is our actively paying section. And so let's just run through this here. So Medic EMS is an ambulance bill that the insurance company botched. And so to avoid going to collections, I have to pay $20 a month. until the insurance gets it figured out, and then we'll get all that money back. Care Credit is a credit card of mine, and that's $50. Stonely is another credit card. That's $25. My 401k loan will be $154. Matt's private student loan will be $57. My Lowe's card will be $190. Our new HELOC, which we just set up and made our first payment on in May, will be $200. Our car payment is $550. Child support is going to be $725, back to normal. Family loan will be $200, and we are not currently paying on student loans. Not only did we not have to pay on them before, but they are, everybody is set at 0, and they're 0% interest right now. So our total debt payments that we are planning is $2,171. So let's look at our total expenses versus total income. So our total expenses are set at $9,450. Our total income is at $10,139. And so we have an overage. We have some money left over, $688. So what that means is we need to give this a job. I can do a number of things with this, and in most cases, most people want to throw this to debt. I'm not saying I don't want to throw it to debt, but given the uncertainty of the things that are going on right now, even though Matt and I have been blessed to continue to work full-time, we need to be saving this money. So I'm going to be adding this to the emergency fund. So when I have that field, that cell, and then I add it to this $50, the total comes out to $738.26. And that brings our total down at the bottom. It should take it to 0. There it is. Takes it to 0. So our plan for June is pretty straightforward, or at least it is for us. And as you can see, we have some big savings goals here. That's our focus right now, as opposed to paying off debt. I would love to tackle this debt, but my security gland is going a little nuts that we don't have enough in the emergency fund. And this pandemic has just proven that. We've been doing okay, but we need to have more in our emergency fund. So that's what we're going to focus on for right now anyway, probably through the end of this year. And don't forget that my budget template is available down below. So just click on the link and it'll take you right there. Please feel free to share the link with anybody who you think might be able to benefit from it, your friends, your family. Feel free to share it on social media, email, text, however you want to do it. I'm really excited for the prospect that this could help somebody do their first budget, or somebody take their budget to the next level, whatever that might be. I'm just really, really excited for the opportunity to help some other people, and you guys can help me do that. So next up, I'm going to be talking about the 4 sinking funds that I feel that everyone should have. So just click on this video right down here, and I'll meet you over there to talk all about it.